Mainly statements by foreign politicians keep a restrained manner. After all, the trial of an opposition leader is an internal affair of the country, while amid Kremlin's attempt to destabilize the situation in Ukraine, some renowned diplomats have expressed concern. The world of free people must unite and defend Ukraine, but Ukraine must also demonstrate internal unity and strength. Kyiv must uphold the rule of law and resist the temptation to use it against domestic opponents like Petro Poroshenko. Anders Fogh Rasmussen, Danish politician, NATO Secretary General, 2014 on Twitter. Meanwhile, 7 US senators arrived in Kyiv to have talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Ukrainian foreign and energetic ministers. Their visit is an expression of an American government's exceptional support for Ukraine, politicians say.
I think we must impose sanctions against Putin if there is aggression against Ukraine. What Putin understands only is force, whether it's economic force or military force. So we should provide the arms that Ukraine needs to defend itself, but also impose sanctions that will impose tremendous costs. We should start high and stay high. And the United States will provide ever-increasing amounts of military aid so that Ukraine can defend itself with lethal defensive weapons. There is tremendous unity in our government, but more important, among our people, in support of Ukraine. The reason is Ukraine is fighting for its independence and freedom against a powerful aggressor.
Political battles of the Poroshenko trial are not a signal of political crisis, but a part of the opinion balance, a political scientist, Volodymyr Fesenko, says. Just 2014 or 2015 year, just remind you that in 2014 was an escalation of hostilities. Did we have a full unity then? Unfortunately, no. Let me remind you that unity there was not complete even in the patriotic camp. I will remind you that there were always stories, appeals to the third Maidan even. There were also actions that could produce a serious effect. There has never been a complete unity. Now, yes, the aggravation of relations with Russia, there is a risk of Russian aggression. From this point of view, there is common sense for not raising these issues. But then a question rises when and how to investigate this case. Earlier, Western diplomats called for a political unity in Ukraine. Among them are G7 ambassadors, Canadian ambassador to Ukraine, Larisa Galadza, and British ambassador to Ukraine, Melinda Simmons. Reported by Nick Starkov for UATV News.